Yeah. Yeah, good evening, everyone. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether my screen is visible or not, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. It's clear.
fine. Thank you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So yesterday I was just discussing right why Python, how Python was built, and what are the reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Okay. So just let me give a small overview of what we have discussed, right? Right. It has taken features from different programming languages like object-oriented, procedural-oriented, scripting, and modular. So because of this multi features, we call it as a hybrid language. It has got the concept of modules, thousands of 89,300 inbuilt modules Python providing for different domains, right? For data science, Python providing separate modules for big data, for networking, for testing, for databases. For each and every database, a separate model Python provides. For operating system, for different types of file formats, and for mathematical activities, right? For math model, statistics, and generating graphs, right? Any types of graphs like normal graph, bar graphs, histogram, scatter plot, stack plot, pie graph, any types of graphs can be generated by using Python. Okay, so before we go, right, we need to know what kind of applications can be developed.
Hello, sir. You are not audible.
Hello.
Is my yeah, is my voice clear to all?
Yes, it's clear, but it
No,
just
no,
started.
no, it's not.
Sorry.
No
Yes.
issues, sir. Voice is clear, sir.
Yeah, it's no issues, sir.
Yes, yes.
Problem.
Fine.
Yes, now you are not. Thank you.
Fine. Yeah. Okay. So Python real-time applications. What kind of applications we can develop today by using Python? Python mostly used for creating what kind of applications, right? Python mostly used in creation of automation applications. Many, so today everything getting automated, right? So even in IoT, in DevOps, in robotics, in data science, right? Python is it. What is the prerequisite for learning data science, right? It's a Python, right? So everything is coded within Python, right? And even in IoT, that coding is done in Python. Even in DevOps, we write like automation scripts, we write in Python, right? Web applications. Python is used for creation of web applications, right? Web applications creations. We have Python providing many frameworks. The famous framework is Django framework, where we can develop web applications at a rapid speed, right? Using Django, where it has got its own database. So Python mostly used for creation of web applications, and even for big data applications using technologies like big data, like Hadoop and Spark, where that implementation goes in Python, like Spark with Python, we say like PySpark. And for scientific applications and for numerical analysis, right? And for GUI animations, graphical user interface, for game development, like we have got like Pygame, PyCora, like the frameworks given by Python, especially for developing games in Python. What is this? Pygame and PyCora, these are the frameworks given by Python, especially for developing games in Python. PySoy is a 3D rendering library, okay, for developing games, right? And Python as we can use Python in this testing and scheduling, right? Scheduling tasks, and in database applications, right? Where Python can connect with any database, and for networking, network programming, and for network applications or for network programming, Python, especially Python provides a framework called Twisted Python. It's a framework given by Python, especially for network programming, right? Okay. Software development, right? Even software developers use Python as a support language, and even for business applications, right? And for developing for building e-commerce systems, right? Python is the best choice. For scraping or extracting data from different websites, you go for web scraping. And for embedded applications, right? Raspberry Pi. This is the most famous embedded application, okay, which uses okay, for computing. Okay, for embedded applications and for audio and video applications, right? Python can be also used for audio and video applications like Tim Player, C Play. And for computer aided designing and 3D CAD applications, and for computer vision, right? For object detection, color detection, right? Face detection, we can go for, and for robotics and for data analysis. So many different types of applications can be developed. So I'm getting some messages, right? Like can anyone once again, can you please confirm whether my voice is clear?
Your voice is perfect, sir. No issue.
No
Your
issue.
voice is clear, but little was stuck, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Fine.
Yes, sir. Perfect.
No problem, right? Okay, fine. That's fine. Okay, so if you have got any problem with the sound, right, it is from your side, right? Check that whether your net is okay and your audio device is properly connected or not. Okay, robotics and for data analysis, right? So these are the various applications. As I was saying, Python is a general purpose programming language. Any kind of applications can be developed using Python. It is not purpose based. It is not a purpose based language. It is not for a specific purposes. Okay. For example, if you take a programming language like Java, right? So it is like purpose based. It's not for all the purposes. Like Java is never used for automation, right? Yeah, getting messages like the notepad is partially visible. Is that the same for everyone?
No, sir.
The screen is
Not-
clear. The screen is clear to all,
We
right?
can see clearly.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, sir.
So if if your net is slow, right, you'll be getting those kind of problems, right? So check it once from your side. Observe. Java, I was just talking about Java, right? Java is not used for automation, means for implementing data science, ML, DL, right? Java is never preferred. Okay, fine. And even in writing scripts, automation scripts in AWS, DevOps, or in robotics, right? In IoT, Java is not preferred, right? So Python is not confined to a particular environment, or any type of applications can be built by using Python, right? Fine. And the topmost applications built by using Python, and the companies and who are using Python today, right? I was just saying Google is one of the greatest example of Python web applications creations, right? And I was saying yesterday, like the first web crawling was written in Java, but later it was so difficult and it was rewritten in Python, right? Google's web crawling. And if I talk like Yahoo is using Python, YouTube is using Python for its video sharing service, Instagram is built by using Python, right? So Instagram, okay, I was just saying that the prime reason for Instagram for opting Python just because of its simplicity and its practicality, right? And NASA, because of this hybrid features, multi features of Python, many varieties of applications can be developed, and it is used in the research and development because of this multi features. And Uber, I said Uber pricing algorithm, so implemented using Python. Dropbox, it's a home for all your documents, files, photos, and video. It was written in Python. Dropbox written in Python. Pinterest developed using Python. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. What is this? MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Already I said, for gaming or for gaming applications or for game development, Python is mostly preferred, where it has got separate frameworks, as I said, like PyChara, Pygame, PySoy, right? Okay. And Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python scripting, right? Maya, a powerful 3D animation uses Python scripting, and BitTorrent for file sharing service using Python, right? Okay. iRobot for military and commercial applications. Netflix using Python. So Netflix, it uses Python. It uses like Python libraries such as CP, NumPy, and to execute numerical analysis and for security automation, right? Iron Port email server, it uses more than 1 million lines of Python code to do its job. Hardware testing means companies like IBM, Qualcomm, Seagate, all this they use Python for hardware testing. Quora built by using Python, Spotify and Reddit built by using Python, right? And I was just saying yesterday, right? We can easily communicate with Python statement by statement. And yesterday I was saying, right, if you go to the command prompt and if you just type Python here within this and say enter, it will display the Python version and Python interpreter gets opened. Can you see these 3 arrowed symbols, right? Where you can type any valid Python statement and you can interact with Python statement by statement. You can perform any valid Python statements. 3 plus 2, 6 into 9, any statements, right? Okay. No need to define data types in Python here, like intakes or float, right? Directly we say like x as 10, y as 3. You can just perform arithmetic operations, x plus y. It gives the response for each and every statement. Python provides response for each and every statement you type. It gives a response, right? X minus y, x into y, x by y, x plus 2, x minus 2, x into 2, x to the power of 2, right? In this way, any valid x to the power, this is the power symbol in Python. Single star indicates multiplication, double star indicates power, right? How to, okay, yes, Tanmay, yes, 1 second, I'll come back to your query. Enter. X to the power of 2 is nothing but 10 to the power of 2, that's 100, right? If you want to come out of this, say quit. If you want to come out of this, say quit, right? And say enter, coming out of this. And I'm just closing this. Just a query was asked, that how to get that window, right? At the bottom, search panel is there, right? In the Windows, within the Windows, at the bottom search panel, just type CMD. Okay, command prompt and say enter, right? Command prompt gets open and you need to say Python you need to say, right? And say enter. Python version and this will be, but the Python should be installed in your system, then only it will display this, right? But I'll show you the Python installation step by step, how to download and how to install, right? Fine. And reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. So mainly like very less code you are going to see. Simple syntaxes. The syntaxes of Python looks like normal English statements. They look, they are not as complex as other programming, right? Multi-programming features you are going to see. Hybrid features. Interactive mode. You can easily interact with Python statement by statement. Many built-in libraries, right? Many built-in libraries. Okay. And wide varieties of application. And I was just saying, right? If you compare like Python and Java are two major programming languages, for enterprise application development. But Python not only for that, many wide varieties of applications. It's used in automation, in embedded applications, in desktop applications creations, right? Fine. So if you go 10 years back, Java was mostly used in the industry, but Python was very less used. But if you see now, right, from last 1-2 years, the usage of Python has increased a lot. Python usage has increased to 31. Java usage has decreased a little bit, right? Fine. So just as some of you were asking some queries, right? And if non-programming or for zero programming, right? To see that coding of Python, just I'll take a task and I'll try to implement in multiple programming languages. You can compare the code of Python with other language. You can just check how simple the Python statements look, and the coding wise, length wise, complexity wise, you can check as compared with other programming. Observe this. Python comparison with other programming. Python comparison with other programming, right? Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry to disturb you. Are we supposed to ask our doubts now or after the session?
No. If you got any queries, you can go up, right? General query means at the end of the session. Okay.
No,
You can-
actually, to know like the way you teach, like can you teach us any program?
Yeah, that's what I'm going, right? Python comparison with other programming. Up to now, what we have seen, that basics of Python, right? How it was built, how it was derived, the applications of Python. And
Like
who are
a
you-
program to implement inheritance, like something like that, so that we can know the way you teach.
Yes, 1 second. Not today, I'll be discussing some sample snippets of Python, right? Coding of Python, as yesterday also some of them were asking, right? Fine. Observe. First, I'll take a task and I'll try to implement this task in the two major programming languages, Java and Python. You can just compare that coding wise, complexity wise, and length wise. You can check later. I'll show you some more examples on Python to just check that coding, right? Without any programming knowledge, means without any knowledge in Python also, I'll make you to understand, right, the statements of Python. So the task accepting true values from the user keyboard. Accepting true values from the user keyboard and performing addition. Accepting two values from the user keyboard and performing addition means you're supposed to enter value for first number, enter value for the second number. After entering, you are supposed to add the two numbers, right? First, I'll try to write using Java programming. First, I'll write this code using Java. Next, I'll try to write in Python. So if you got knowledge in Java, you can just go through the following code, right? Import java.io.start. I'll just show you the execution in both, right? Import java.io.start class. Okay, everything should be within the class in Java. Class sample. Okay. Public static void main. String aux throws IO exception. Okay, so here I'm using input stream reader equal to new input stream reader. System.in. Every statement ends with semicolon. Buffered reader br equal to new buffered reader. Yes. Enter the first number, system.out.println, enter the first number, S capital, system.out.println, enter the first number. So whatever number you are entering, right, from the user keyboard, by default taken as string. It is taken as string S1, right? br.readline. Okay. So it is taken as whatever number you are entering, by default taken as string. Later we are supposed to convert to integer, int I equal to integer dot parseInt. This is a method to convert integer dot parseInt. It is a integer dot parseInt is a method to convert a string to integer. What string? S1 string into integer, right? I'll repeat these 3 lines for the second number also. Just I'll copy these 3 statements. Enter the second number, string S2 br.readline int j integer dot parseInt of S2, right? And finally say system.out.println, system.out.println, right? I plus j, right? Okay. Fine. So this is the coding in Java for accepting 2 values from the keyboard and performing addition, right? 1 second. And I'm copying this to a separate notepad file. Yes. Saving it. File, save. So I'm creating a separate folder for this batch, and I'll be saving all the programs within that file, like Python 8 p.m. right? Python 8 p.m. I've created a folder with the name Python 8 p.m. Within that, I'll save all this. So here I'm saving sample.java. Okay. So go to the command prompt and just execute, right? cd / come out of this path. cd where your file is available in Python 8 p.m. Sorry. Python 8 p.m. only, right? Where we have stored this. 1 second. We have created a folder, right? Now, sorry. Once again, I'll save it, right? Sample.file save. I think I've created on the desktop. Let me check. I'll go to the C drive, right? Within the C drive, I'll create Python 8 p.m. Python 8 p.m. right? A folder I'm creating within the C drive. I'm creating now sample.java .java extension, right? Okay. Now you can check it in C drive. I created the folder Python 8 p.m. like Java C for compiling. What is the name? Sample.java. If you get any errors, it will display the errors here, right? If there are no errors, we can execute the code. Okay, now we can execute the code right here. No errors. Say Java sample, right? Class, enter the first number 10, enter the second number 20. Sum is what? 30. So this is what the code in Java, right? I don't know like how many of you have understood this code, right? Like there are some statements, right? It is a little complex to understand if it doesn't have the basic Java knowledge, right? What is a class? What is public static void main? What is this IO exception? What is input stream reader, buffer reader? What is a system.in? What is system.out.println, right? Okay, so here integer.parseInt. What is what is this read line? So this is a little complex to understand the statements, right? So, and the statements nearly you can see like 10 to 12 lines of code, right? 10 to 12 lines of code. But the same task I'm just going to write in Python with not more than 3 lines. And you can just observe, I said they look like normal English statements. You can easily understand what happening in each statement, right? Just observe. Directly I'll write it within this Python shell. So within the search panel at the bottom, IDLE, Integrated Development Environment for Python. Python shell gets open. Later I'll discuss about these things, right? Downloading, installation, and execution, right? File, new file. So here I'm going to write the Python statements. X. I want the value of X. Input. I'm using input function to enter the value. To input, for inputting a value, I'm using input function. Enter value of X. Enter value of X. Right. Y. I want Y value also. Input, enter value of Y. Enter value of Y, right? Print X plus Y. That's it. This is the coding in Python. For the same task, for the same output, this is the coding in Python. Very less code. As I was saying, right? Not even 1/4 coding. Not even 1/4 coding, I said. So, but here also in Python, just like Java, whatever value you are entering, right? Int of, you are supposed to say int of. Keep everything within this int function. Keep everything within the int function, right? Fine. Save it, Control S. File, save it, Control S, right? Within the C drive, just now I created a folder, right? Python 8 p.m., right? What is the name? You can just give like test1.py, any name with .py extension, right? So only 3 lines. Now run this here, run module, right? And say like enter value of x10, enter value of y20, sum is 30. The same output, just like Java code. See that statements of Python, how simple they look, like normal English statements, right? Not as complex as other programming. Fine, it's very easy to analyze what happening. What is the use of this colon? Not, it's not mandatory. If you are giving colon or if you're not giving, not a problem, right? It's not compulsory. Within the double quotes, the same thing will be printed in the output. we no need to type int or float anything in Python, but here this is typecasting. Here also I'm not saying int x or float y, but here by default, whatever you are taking from the keyboard, enter value of x, you are entering 10, it will be taken as string, but I want integer, right? So in typecasting it is fine. So some more example I'll show you, right? Some more examples. So in C or Java, we say like array of elements. In Python, we say list of values, right? So I'm taking some values randomly, 10, 30, 10, 40, 20, 50, right? So I've taken some 5 values. Print X prints the entire list as it is.
वो वाले है, रवि के है ना?
Please be in mute.
लाती 5 मिनट.
Krupali, please be in mute. Print X. Print, I want to know the number of elements, len of x. Len of x means number of elements within the list. I want to find the sum of all the elements, 30 plus 10 plus 40 plus 20 plus 50. In other programming language, we are supposed to define some variable, some with initial value 0, again iterating using a loop, and every time adding one by one element to sum and finally calculating the sum value, right? But here just to say print sum of x. Just to say sum of x, right? That's it. It returns the sum of these elements. Observe, what is the sum of all these elements? Just 150. No need to write coding here. We have got built-in functionalities functions. And if I want to find the maximum element, if you've got some 100 elements within the list, I want to know the max element. Just say max of x. It returns the maximum element within this. Similarly, minimum element, print min of x. Max of x returns 50. Min of x, it returns 10. Max of x is 50. Min of x is 10. Okay, fine. In the same way, if you want to arrange all the elements in a particular order, if you want to arrange all these elements in a particular order, right? Sorted order. So for average, there is no function available. Okay, for example, average, there is no function available. If you want average, right? Sum of x by len of x, that's it. It returns the average. Print average. What is the average? It is going to print sum of x total by len, number of elements, right? What is the average? 30.0 is the average. If I want to arrange all these elements in a particular order, sorted order, right? Just to say sorted of x, print a sorted of x. Arranging all these elements in a particular order, sorted order, ascending order, right? Observe. 10 to 50, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can we print in vertical order?
Yes, you can. So here 10 to 50, here you are printing the elements in ascending order. So just observe. Okay, fine. Observe here, if you want to print in vertical order, right? You can apply loop, right? For loop. Here you can check. Print, sorry. See, the for loop syntax is totally different in Python. For p in x, print p, that's it. Now you can see in the vertical order, right? You can just observe this values, one by one values. It is going to print in, see, 30. See this 10, 30, 10, 40, 20, 50, 30, 10, 40, 20, 50. Okay, fine. It's printing the elements in the vertical order. For example, print sorted of x. It is printing in ascending order. If you want in descending order, there is no separate functionality available, right? But same, you need to use sorted function, sorted of x. It prints in ascending. The ascending order, if you reverse it, you will get in descending, right? The ascending, if you reverse it, right? Reverse equal to true. Just say reverse equal to true. By default, it is false. Reverse, you will get in descending order. Observe this. $50, $40, $30, $20, $10, right? This is in ascending. This is in descending, right? Okay. Fine. So in this, no need to write huge codings here in Python. So very less coding you are going to see. So len function, sum function, max, mins, sorted. So we have got many built-in functionalities available in Python. And also I said we have got many built-in modules, 89,300 inbuilt models for various domains, right? So 89,300 modules I'm saying, right? Yesterday, some of you asking what is the importance of modules. For example, a commonly used model, just I'll show you one more example, a commonly used model, right? Like a math module. So import math model, import, just one more example I'm going to show you. Import math. If you want to see what is present within the math module, right? What is present within the math module? Print dir of math. Dir of math, right? Okay. I'm sorry, this save it, test 2 with some different name. .py. So if you want to see the directory, what is present in a particular module, not only this math module, for any module, you can see dir of math, run module. So all these are the built-in properties present within the math module, right? Log, reminder, sine, h, square root, tan, tau, all this, right? Some variables like pi, some variables like e, some variables like tau, some functions. So these are all the built-in properties present within this math module. For example, you want this value of e, value of pi, value of tau, right? Okay. Math.py value, print math.e value, right? Just observe, it will just print the value of pi, that is 3.14, right? 3.14. The value of e, 2.71. Math.py, math.e. For example, you don't know how to work with a particular functionality. So within this model, you've got many built-in functionalities. You don't know how to work. For example, how you don't know how to work with square root. Python is going to help you with the syntax. Python is going to provide you with the syntax, right? Help. There is a function called help function. Just like print function, we have also got a help function in Python. Help on what? Help on what? Within the math module, I want help on sqrt. Help on math dot square root. Within the math module, I want help on square root. You can just check it. It is just provides the help, right? Syntax. Help on built-in function square root in the module math. Square root expecting one value x, expecting one value x, returns the square root of x. Help on built-in function square root in the module math. Square root expecting one value x returns the square root of x. So provide one value for that and it returns the square root of that value. So now you got that, right? Print math dot run module. It returns the square root of 16. That is what? 4. For example, any other functionality you can take where you can expecting multiple values. Like if I take POW, power function, right? Take the example of POW, right? So print math dot PO help you can say, right? Help on math.pow. So there are some conventions. You have got some naming conventions here in Python. We use some underscore, right? math.pow help on this power function. So it just says, right, help on built-in function power in the module math. So power function expecting two values x comma y, it returns x to the power of 5. This is the power symbol in Python. It is saying returns x to the power of y. Just observe now. You are supposed to provide two values x comma y. Print math dot pow 10 comma 3 x comma y 10 comma 3 10 to the power of 3. It returns the value 1000. So in this way, you can just check help on any particular functionality, help on particular functionality, and you can just work with it, right? Any other functionality present within the module, right? Okay. Now one more module. So just as some other module, right? I'll take example of, I want to generate a graph using Python. So different types of graphs, normal graph, bar graphs, histograms. Any type of graph generation is very simple in Python. Okay. So I'm using a module like Matplotlib. Import Matplotlib module. Import Matplotlib. So just I'm discussing some sample snippets of Python. You can just check how the coding of Python looks and also the importance of modules in Python. Import Matplotlib. It's a module for plotting.
Hello, sir.
Within that, yes. Any query?
Yeah, just one very basic question. Like, I'm very new to Python, and uh, the examples just you displayed, right? I
Yes.
understood that those are the built-in functions of a math library, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in
So there is
common
a,
language,
if you observe, if you,
when yeah, when in common language, when we
yes.
read this code, how to read that math dot e or math dot square root? That means we are calling those functions.
No, observe here. You may import math module. You may import some
Correct.
other module also in the same program, but the
Correct.
spy is present in which module? Math.
It is
So you
in
are
math.
supposed to say module name dot module name
Math.
dot the property of it.
Okay.
Yes.
So
If
it is
any other
called
module, right? It's a module name dot the,
property.
yeah. So module
Okay.
module. This is the module name dot property. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Module that whatever property you want, right? There's many built-in properties available, right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Hi,
the
sir.
same
This is
manner here also within this, if I
yeah.
want
Hi, sir. This is Pradeep
ma-
Srivastava. So I have one doubt
yes,
here. Hello.
any query?
Yeah, right. Sir,
Yeah, go ahead
suppose
with
we
your
are calling like import dot multiple module. If suppose 3-4 module we are calling importing. So
yeah,
where it
yeah.
is storing in the like in RAM, yeah, where it is storing exactly?
So here import math, import if you want any other module like Matplotlib, like anything, you can import any number of modules. So this entire code, right?
Yeah,
You are
right.
just saving it math with the name, any name storing
Right.
in C drive or any particular folder, you can store it, right?
No, sir. I mean to say,
You
like,
are storing
so
this.
if you are importing the module like math, whatever 3-4 module, if you are importing, so it will fetch the library, right? Right. It will fetch the library, corresponding library. It will fetch and it will store somewhere for the time being. So where it will store for the time being? In hard disk it will store. Yeah, in RAM it will store library. I'm just asking for library, not for program.
Right, in the RAM.
In the RAM itself. So the RAM, okay. So like minimum RAM size, what should be like? Ideally, the size should be what, like RAMs?
See here, one second. we are not storing any, like we are not storing some huge data, right? Huge data we are not storing and we are not processing it, right? Sample import math. So Python is an interpretation language, line by line execution. First import math means already math. Whenever you install Python, observe here, whenever you install Python, right, along with the Python software, you are going to get all these modules.
Yeah, correct.
Already they are
correct.
available in your already they are available in your drive,
C
in
drive.
C drive, right? Yes,
Right.
in C drive. For example, whenever you install Python, in which drive you have installed? In C drive. In the C drive, along with the Python, in the Python install directory, you can see all this, right?
Right. Right.
But 89,300 modules you are not going to get along with the Python software. Only it's a commonly used models like math module, OS module, some other models you are going to get along with the Python software. You are going to see if the whenever you install. But there are some models like data science related modules, some big data related modules, database related modules that you are not going to get along with the Python software. In such case, whenever you are importing it, it gives error. So those modules later we are supposed to download and install, right, separately. I'll just show you the process, how to download and how to install it. Like the advanced modules, we call them as external modules, right? We need to
Right,
download
right.
and we need to install by using a component called pip. Understood, right?
Yeah, correct. Correct.
Yeah. Fine.
Sir, I have one doubt actually.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so the second
Yes.
line of code is like you printed the directory of math module. So can we consider that math module as a directory? So like a folder
No.
inside like
Here, I want, what is this? dir is a built-in function, just like print function.
Okay.
So this
Okay.
dir, this is used to see what is the math, what is present within the math module. dir print, dir of math means whatever present within the math module, please display that whatever present directory within the math module.
Okay.
Print dir of math means what all present within the math module, that will be
Okay,
displayed.
it will display. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. And within that, if you doesn't know about any particular functionality, you can say help on that particular property, right? Fine. Fine. Just one more example. I said I'll base import Matplotlib. It's a one more module which won't come along with the Python software, right? We have got a built-in property called pyplot. Observe here, within this Matplotlib, we have got a built-in property called pyplot. So instead of using this very big name, right, I can use shortcut name as P, I can say as PLT, I can say, right? Alias name. This is what alias name or shortcut name for all this, right? Now for plotting a graph, plt.plot, a built-in functionality plot, right? For plotting a graph, you require x coordinates and y coordinates. I'm taking x coordinates, list of values 1, 2, 3. These are x coordinate values, right? Comma. Some y coordinates values as one more list 5, 7, 4, some values, right? So here list of x coordinates and here list of y coordinates, right? This is list of x coordinates and list of y coordinates. Okay, now plot a graph based on this. Now just to say PLT. PLT is nothing but instead of writing all this, and just I'm saying PLT dot. There's one more functionality called show. PLT dot show. That's it. For generating a graph in Python, these 3 lines. First, import a module, plot with this x and y coordinates, and show, right? PLT dot show. So just run model, a graph is going to get generated. So just how simple generating graphs in Python. Observe. X coordinate 1, y is 5, 2, 7, 3, 4, right? Okay. For example, age and income. Age wise, I want to check what is the income, right? Age wise income. For example, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. The incomes are like this, the salaries are like this. 20 years, 30,000. 30 years, it is like 40,000. 40 years, like 35,000. 50 years, like 50,000, right? So in this way, the values are this. These are ages, these are salaries or income, right? Just to plot a graph. So just you are plotting a graph in this way. You have got a graph in this way, right? Observe this. For 20 years, how you got this x coordinates? The min and max value. Min value is 20 in the x coordinate, max value is 50. Between them, the coordinates are taken. Similarly for y also, min value and max value, right? For 20, 30,000. For 30, 40,000, right? 40,000. It's 4 lakhs we got here. What is that? Here it's 4 lakhs we got.
4 lakh.
40,000. So they make it this 40. Now you can check run module. Now see for 20, 30,000. For 30, it is 40,000. For the 40 years, it is like 35. For 50, it is 50,000, right? This is the graph. By default, you will get a solid line graph, right? Solid line graph. But I want some dotted graph. I want some dotted graph means, yes. Once again, I'm saying, right? Yes, Deepak Kumar, this Matplotlib model, you won't get along with the Python software. So we need to separately download and install it, right? I'll show you that process later, right? But already for me, I've installed, right? By using a component called pip. So you got a solid line graph, but I want some dotted line means just keep comma and write hyphen, right? You will get some dotted line format. Run module. Observe, you will get some dotted line format in this way, like dotted line format you got, right? Graph. Just what I did, just to keep underscore. Just I kept underscore. But instead of this, if I give like over here, right? You will get like dot format. Plotting. In this way you get. For 20, 30,000. For 30, 40,000. For 40, 35. For 50. So in this way, you can just say, if I say hyphen, you will get in dotted format. By default, you get the graph in blue color, right? But if you want some other different color, instead of this blue, right? You can just say, keep comma here and again say color equal to red color or any other color, right? I'm saying, just observe this Python statements. You got red color, right? Okay. I want some name here for the x coordinates. For the x coordinate, I want some name, right?
Can you please share the link for how to download Python?
How to
Download Python.
Yeah. In the tomorrow session, I'll be discussing, right? Downloading Python and installation of Python. Step by step, how to download and how to install. The tomorrow session. Everyone, you can attend the session tomorrow also. Same time, same link you can use, right? Tomorrow I'll be discussing the technicals. I'll be entering into the technicals of Python. So how to download, how to install, like the Python software foundation versions, those things, right? Here I want some label here, age, and here income, right? X. So x-axis label, right? I want some label. So here what I will do. So it doesn't want any color. Remove it. plt.x label, x-axis label I want to give some label for it. What is that? Age, x-axis label, and plt dot y label, right? Plt dot y label, right? Y label. What is that? Income. Age and income, right? Okay. PLT dot y label, age and income, right? Observe this, and I want to some name for the graph, right? PLT dot x-axis label, y-axis label. run module. Can you see this age and can you see this income? Age as x-axis label, income as y-axis label. So in this way, just you can observe, right? The statements we can easily understand, right?
Can we include that legend or scale also in that inside that graph?
PLT dot title. If you want some title for the graph, right? PLT dot title like sample graph. I'm just saying like sample graph. Sample graph run module, right? So sample graph, the heading, title, and this X label, Y label, right? So in this way.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can we also give the color to name, age, or sample?
So those are just the labels, right?
Yeah.
Those are just labels. Only for this graph we are concerned that if you want a different graphs, right? Different graphs with different colors, but
Yeah.
age, income, no.
Okay.
So, sir, on y axis, if we see those numbers, like how it has defined that range.
Yes, observe here 1 second. Run module. If you are talking about this x coordinates and y coordinates, right? 20 to 50.
Yeah.
So the values are 20 to 50 means only the difference is 30. So difference is small. Right? So for every 20, 25, 30, 35, every for 5 values it is taken. But
So that is fixed, or we can change that,
60,
or
80
what
in
is
this,
the by
otherwise like
default value?
no. Depends upon the difference. If it is 20 to 50, right? Observe here 20 to 50 means it's like
Correct.
every 5 values. If the values are more 20 to 200, 20 to 200 means it will take like 20. So it will take here, it will start with from 0, 50, 100, 150, 200. Every 50 it takes if the values are more. Or every 20 to 0, 25, 50, 75, 100, 125. In this way it takes. Depends upon the values.
Okay, so can we control that, or it is just like that only?
No, by default the values will be generated, but it takes the min value and max value. Between that it
Okay,
will take.
okay,
But here we are
okay. Thank
concerned
you.
about the graph only, not about the values, right?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So in this way we have got many other right? Just I showed a sample graph, right? But we have got many other features, functionalities that we'll be discussing later in this Matplotlib when I'm discussing this Matplotlib model. So I said I'll be discussing the different types of models in our course. Some models related to data science like NumPy model, Pandas model, Matplotlib model, right? Some models related to databases, PyMySQL, and how to connect with database, and some models related to operating system, some models related to graphics, and different other models like datetime related and regular expression, other modules, right? And how to create our own modules. That's what we'll be discussing, right? I'm sorry.
I have one doubt. Can I?
Yes.
Yes, I want to do the DevOps. So this course is suitable for me. It's like
Yes.
scripting thing. I want to know automation.
Yes, just how to work with the models, how to use the models, and how to write the scripts and the coding of Python, right? So generally in this AWS and DevOps, you'll be writing some automation scripts, right? So it's not like only for a particular domain, right? Many categories of people from different domains will be updating with Python and how to work with models and how to use the models, right? Every domain specific models, the different people from different categories like data science, big data, or DevOps, or AWS, or testing, networking, different categories of people will be updated with Python. But everyone, different models will be there for the domain specific models you will be exploring, right? So it's not that for data science, it's not 89,000 models are available, right? But if you want to update with data science, not like all the models you need to explore. Only there are some 10 to 15 models, right? Where Python provides. You are going to explore only those models, right? And even for big data also, for any other domain, right? You have got some separate models available. Only those models you will be exploring. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So can I know like from when your actual classes will begin?
So today just I have given that introduction, right? From tomorrow I'll be just entering. From tomorrow your classes is going to start. So all this again I'm not going to repeat, or not I'm not going to duplicate or replicate the same things, right? So tomorrow I'll be starting with the installation of Python and versions of Python, Python software foundations, Python execution modes I'll be discussing tomorrow, right? Tomorrow I'm going to start with that actual course, right? Fine. So tomorrow.
So how can we get the recordings?
Recordings you will be forwarded. The Google Drive link will be forwarded to you, right? To the mail, to your mail. So once everyone check your mails, otherwise go to your Google Drive and just check that shared with me option, right? And everyone.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Fine.
Those recordings will be available for lifetime or just for?
So it will be for
time.
For 6 months. 6 months, right?
Okay.
6 months you can access it, and
and the class notes will be providing in the same email. Or?
Can anyone please confirm whether you have received that yesterday's video or not? Anyone?
Yes, sir, I did.
Yeah.
You received, right? Yes. So today video also you'll be getting. Still anyone, if you have joined today, so you'll be getting the recordings of yesterday's and today's, right? You'll be getting the drive link. That to the drive link every day one video will be uploaded. The folder into that folder, right? Every day. Today you will see one video in that. Tomorrow you will see 2 videos. Therefore tomorrow like 3 videos, right? So for the first 3-4 days we'll be giving that, but later the link will be changed, and those who are registered, who are enrolled, only those you will be getting that link.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Hello,
Go ahead.
Can you please provide me your contact number? Because after the class, I will directly call you some personal discussions.
No, actually, this is not allowed, right? So if anything is there, right? Only once you are in. Yes, once you are enrolled.
But if any doubt for personal discussion, so.
No, actually, once you got enrolled, once you are registered, right? A group, WhatsApp group will be there. There you can directly interact with me, right? So as of now, there is no personal discussion allowed, right?
Personal discussion regarding like
yes,
Python.
Yeah, understood, right?
Not
yes, understood. Otherwise, you can just do one thing. You can just give a call to this online team, right? They'll just arrange a call with me if you want any discussion, right?
Okay, sir.
And also this class notes will be sent by email or?
Pardon? These notes, right? Notes you'll be getting to your mail IDs, right? So every alternate days you'll be getting the notes, right, to your mail IDs. So everything notes, clear notes will be forwarded. The video recording you are going to get. So fine. So video recordings, notes, everything you are going to get, right? Fine. And yesterday I should show you that what are the contents I'm going to discuss, right? Nearly like the 30 topics I'm going to discuss. So nearly we are going to spend like 80 to 100 hours, right, for this entire course. In depth, in brief, we'll be discussing, right? Fine. Like nearly 300 plus code examples. Fine. So
Hello.
tomorrow, tomorrow also everyone can attend the session, same time with the same link. So for the next 2 or 3 days, you can attend the session to see the training levels, right? Fine. Later, the link will be changed, right? Fine. Yeah, some query was asked.
Yeah. Hello. Hi. Yeah. I have one doubt actually. While saving that Python file, you're entering like .py, right?
Yes.
But if you see at the bottom file type, it is already mentioned like Python file.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, so we don't need to require to enter that .py.
Yeah. So whenever if it is a Python related IDE, right, you need, but please be in mute. You can ask your query and you can go into mute, right? One second.
Hello. Hello.
So if you're writing the code in the Notepad or any other non-Python editors, right, you are supposed to provide .py, but in Python editors, it's not required.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can I get this session video from your site? Because I attend after 30 minutes. So before 30 minutes lecture, I was left out. So can I get?
Okay.
So how and from where?
I think everyone have got a mail from this online team, right? If you got anything related, you can just give a mail to that online team. Also their number. I can just provide you the number of this online team if you got anything related to the videos, right? Okay. Just you can make a note of this, right? Online team. That's DURGASOFT online team.
This online team send a mail to us.
Yes, 924. Today, I think yesterday, if you have attended, you should have got a mail.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
So you can just make a note of this, right? Online team. Okay. This is the contact details. If you have not received the video, you can call them and you can just intimate them, right?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. That graph it is generating, right? Like, how can they export that graph?
Yeah. There is a save option there. At the bottom, you can say save option is available.
Okay. For visualizing that graph, is it using any other application or like Python only?
One second. For generating graphs, you can say just run module. If you observe at the bottom here, save option is available. Can you see here, save the figure, right? Save option is available. You can save it, right? So there are multiple modules are available, right? Okay. So we'll be discussing.
Hello, sir. I'm from BCom background.
Yes.
Simultaneously with Python, which course will be helpful for me at the time of interviews, like data sciences or testing or Django? After Python, which is helpful for me?
So like, okay. So people generally like after going with Python for web applications creations, you go for Django. And if you go for data science, right, even you can go for data science or you can go for Django for creating web applications creations, right? For data science, little bit of mathematical knowledge is required, like statistical knowledge is required. For Django, you need to know about that web technique, but anyhow, that will be covered as part of the course. For Django, right, you know it, right? Everything is going to be covered as part of the course before you start with the actual Django course. We'll be discussing about the how to create a web page like HTML, CSS. Those things will be covered, and then we'll go with this Django framework. Fine.
And also, do you have the class in the weekend as well?
It will be from Monday to Friday. These sessions will be from Monday to Friday, right? Saturday,
Not in the
Sundays,
weekends.
not in the weekends. But at the later, if you feel if you're running out of days, the Saturdays will be taken, if possible Sundays. That will be discussed with you in the regular session, right?
Sir, can you cover the frameworks in this course, sir?
This only like Python, right? Frameworks is a separate course.
So what will be the course duration?
course duration of, okay, total period you are talking, right? It will be like the 2.5 months.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Pardon?
Sir,
At the end of the course, project will be there, right?
So at the last, I'll be discussing one, right?
sir, when actually we will jump to the programming, no? When actual program will start, then we are going to practice on ideally or we'll set to any other editor. So
No. I'm going to show you like how to work with IDEs, right? Like PyCharm IDE, Jupyter Notebook, Spider IDE, like we have got IDEs.
No. I am saying actually on which editor we are going to work, sir, because so normal ideally means that we don't have much features as compared to other.
We are going to see on PyCharm.
Okay, sir.
Excuse me, sir. Today is also demo class, sir.
Yeah, today is the demo, right? From tomorrow, I'm going to enter into the technical parts, right? If you enrollment starts from tomorrow, right? You can just enroll, right? From tomorrow. So there'll be already you'll be getting the mails related that payment process and procedures. You can check your mails for enrolling the other things, right? And tomorrow also everyone you can attend the session same time using the same link for the next for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, still you can follow the same link. Thereafter the link is going to be changed, right?
Hello, I had last doubt.
Yes.
That spacing in the graph, whatever one guy asked to do, will it be controlled by that module itself?
Yeah, depending upon that input values that you are providing.
Okay. Only that.
That also. Yes. That also you can control. At the bottom, you have got some settings option available. There also you can do that.
Okay.
Sir, one question.
Yes.
Yeah. When we need to do the registration?
So registrations are open actually. You can do it anytime from today or tomorrow. Anytime you can do it. Anyhow, you can check your mails and you can just the registration process, enrollment process, the entire thing they are mentioned in that email IDs, right? That you have got. And anyway, you can enroll. Enrollment, it will be starting from tomorrow. You can just enroll it, right?
Okay, thank you.
So I'm stopping here for today. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 8 o'clock to see more on this Python. Tomorrow I'll be discussing about the Python execution modes, installation versions, and Python software foundations, right? So I'm stopping here. We'll continue tomorrow, same time. Thank you all for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Fine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Good night.